My family thought I was crazy for joining the US military. Now they see the checks. When I told my family I was going to join the US military, they looked at me like I lost my mind. They thought I was throwing away my future, throwing away my education because I had a one master degree at the time from back home, throwing away my life. Some friends told me I was making a mistake. Some at the time probably was even begging me not to do it. But here's the part that nobody saw coming. Years later, those same people who thought I was crazy now look at me, look at my life and say, you were right. They see the stability, the benefits, the check that hit my bank account every single month. They see the way I live compared to others who never saved. And now, the same people who once doubted me ask me for advice. Today, I want to share that story with you, not just to prove a point, but to show you something bigger. Because maybe you are in the same situation right now. Maybe your family or friends, close friends, think you are crazy for even considering joining the US military. Maybe they are warning you, pressuring you, doubting you, and you are torn between the fears and your own future. This video is for you. I'm going to give you more than just a personal story. I'm going to give you a blueprint, how to handle the doubt, how to see the opportunity, and how to build a life so strong that even your doubters cannot argue with it. On this channel, I show you how 3 years can buy you a lifetime back. So, subscribe. Let me take you back. When I was younger, my family believed in a very traditional path. Go to school, get a job, work hard, keep your head down. Maybe, if you are lucky, retire at 65 with a pension. That is the mindset they carry in my home country. That is the mindset most immigrants carry. So, when I told them I wanted to join the military, they panicked. Okay? And it was a small circle that I told. They imagined war. They imagined danger. They imagined me coming back broken. They could not see the opportunity, only the risk. And in a way, I understood. They did not grow up in America. They did not see the commercials. They did not know about the benefits. They did not understand the system. All they knew was fear. And fear is powerful. But I also knew something they did not. I knew I was broke. I knew I had no connections. I knew I was starting from zero. And I knew the civilian path they wanted me to take was not working. College debt, minimum wage jobs, years of struggle. I saw it happening all around me. And I refused to let that be my only option. Here is the first truth I want you to remember. The people who doubt you are not always wrong. They are just blind. My family was not evil. My family, they loved me. They wanted the best for me. But the definition of best was shaped by fear, not opportunity, not by opportunity. They thought safety meant avoiding the military. They did not realize safety could mean securing lifetime benefits. That is why you cannot let other people's fears make your decisions, because fear is loud. Fear makes people project their worst case scenarios onto you. But the reality is, the US military is not just about risk. The military in general is not about risk. It is about leverage. Let us talk about the checks, because this is what silenced the doubt. When I got out of service, I started receiving VA disability compensation. And today, that number is $4,544 every single month. Tax-free, guaranteed for life. When I showed my family that deposit, they just dropped, because they had never seen a system that pays you after the job ended. Especially in America, where you will get some money in your bank account and Uncle Sam will not come and get some taxes. Where will you get that? In the world, you work, you earn. You stop working, you stop earning. But here, I was collecting thousands every month, thousands in dollars every month, whether I worked or not. At first, they thought it was temporary. They said, how long will this last? I said, for life. They could not believe it. They thought I was exaggerating. Until month after month, the money kept coming. Rent paid, bills covered, groceries, gas, everything handled. That was when they started to understand. But here is what most people miss. The check is only the beginning. Imagine, it's only the beginning. It's the tip of the iceberg. Yes, VA disability is powerful. But when you stack it with other benefits, it transforms your life. The GI Bill paid me to go to school. I used it to have 2 master's degrees. Instead of drowning in debt, I was collecting checks while earning degrees. Healthcare covered me and my family. While civilians pay thousands of dollars for insurance, I paid nothing. State-level benefits kicking, property tax exemptions, free car registration, even tuition packs for dependents. And of course, the military had already taught me discipline. That discipline carried over into my IT career, which today pays me over $300,000 a year. So when my family looks at me now, they do not just see the checks. They see the freedom those checks created, the house, the career, the stability. They see the contrast between my life and the lives of others who followed the safe path. And that contrast is undeniable. Here is the second truth I want you to remember. Success silences doubt. People can argue with your choices, but the result speaks for itself. They can argue with your logic, they can argue with your dreams, but they cannot argue with results. When my family saw me stable, debt-free, and building wealth, they stopped arguing. There's nothing to argue about. They stopped saying, you are crazy. They started saying, tell me more about it. That is the power of result. And if you are doubting yourself, why now? If you are torn between fear and opportunity, remember this. Your results will be the answer, not your arguments, not your explanations, your result. Let me share a quick story. I knew another immigrant whose family and close friends were against him joining the US military. They said the same things man did. It is too dangerous. It is not worth it. But he joined anyway. He saved. He earned his benefits. And when he got out, he bought a house using his VFX. A beautiful home, bigger than anything his family had ever owned. When his parents walked through the door, they were speechless. The same people who once told him not to join the US military were now thanking him for giving them a place to gather, a place to celebrate holidays, a place to feel secure. That is what I mean by success silences doubt. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying the military is perfect. I'm not saying it is easy. Service comes with sacrifice. It costs you something, your body, your time, your comfort. But here is the reality. Life costs you something no matter what. Civilian jobs that you cherish that much take your time too and leave you broke. The military takes your time and gives you benefit for life. The question is not, is there a cost? The question is, what you are getting in return. And when you measure it, honestly, the return is unmatched. Every single way. Here is the truth, the third truth I want you to remember. Doubt is temporary, but benefits are permanent. Let me explain. People doubt me for months, maybe years, right? But the benefits I earn will last for the rest of my life. My kids will benefit it. My spouse will benefit it because the military will be paying for my spouse college education, my kids also education, even the kids that are not born yet. Imagine that. And long after the voices of doubt have faded, the checks will still be hitting my bank account. That is why you cannot let temporary noise distract you from permanent gains. So here is my advice if you are in that position right now. Listen to your family, but do not let them decide for you. Understand their fears, but weigh them against the facts. The numbers don't lie. Do your research, learn the benefits, look at the real outcomes of veterans who use the system wisely. And most importantly, ask yourself, do I want to live my life proving my doctor right or proving them wrong? Because the truth is, the choice is yours. I'm 34 now, and when I look back, joining the US military was the single best decision I made. Not because it was easy, not because it was glamorous, but because it gave me stability, benefits, and freedom my family never thought possible. They thought I was crazy. Now they see the checks, and the checks are louder than the doubts ever were. If this helped you, subscribe for more plays that turn service into freedom. Drop a comment, any comment you have, if you have any question, and I will answer them. Watch this video on the screen that YouTube thinks will be helpful to you. Thank you for watching till the end. Peace. I'm gone.